Hello, my friends. This is Denis Crepaldi speaking. How are you? Welcome to Denis Talk Show. Today, I'm gonna talk to Diego, my friends. Diego Villarrubia.
Yes, Diego Villarrubia.
Guys, Diego, he's an old friend. He used to be my student many years ago, and now he's a teacher.
You are my inspiration. You know, when I was there having classes with you, I was like, man, English doesn't need to be boring. And, you know, I always think of it when I am planning my classes or during my classes, it has to be fun and it has to work. And I learned that from you. So thanks.
Such a pleasure to hear that. Come on. Diego has already worked in many things, guys. He was graduating in logistics. He used to work with clothes. Not that joke, okay? He used to work with clothes fabrication.
It fits well, you know. Go ahead, forget it.
No pun intended. He used to work at a law office. He's a teacher now. He's an English teacher. As you guys already know, I love starting the interview asking the same question. For Diego, it doesn't make sense, but how is English around you, my friend?
Even when I'm sleeping, most of times when I dream, that's in English. I am involved all the time because I teach and I work with it full time. When you are a teacher, you are all the time working with it, helping your students or
preparing
preparing classes, correcting stuff. English is in my life almost 100% because I'm still living here in Brazil, so I need to use kind of Portuguese sometimes when I interact with other human beings.
You just said, I'm still living Brazil. I'm still living Brazil. So I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful sentence to hook with our subject today, my friends.
Yes.
Exchange in California, exchange in Los Angeles, LA. On this interview, we're gonna talk about all these questions, my friends.
Oh yeah, not all the secrets, but most of them, the ones that you can talk about, right?
Yeah, secrets we cannot tell them. I'm sorry, guys. It's life.
And
Just
you know
imagine.
what is interesting when your student get to know for the first time that you have done this, like an exchange program or have lived in another country, the reaction is always the same, like, oh my gosh, how was it? And I want to do this, but I don't know. I'm afraid and blah blah blah. And then I could see myself in that situation.
We speculate a lot, yeah. We have lots of information on the web, obviously. However, as I talked to Gaspar, yes, my friend, you can check, guys, on Gaspar and I, when we talk about the cruise experience, it's the same idea. People speculate a lot. We have a lot of information on the web, but our experience is always different.
Yes,
right?
Because
we live our own experience.
Each person has one experience. For example, I can do one thing and love it, and you can do it and hate it, you know? And it's based on many things. And then if you go to the internet to look for information, you see people, oh, that's a very nice place. And a different person just like, oh, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend it. And if you don't go there, if you don't live it, you never know. So of course, You can get information from different places, but you need to go there and live that moment. You will never feel 100% ready to do that. You are going to another country, very far from yours. You are going to a place where nobody speaks your mother tongue. So you will feel uncomfortable. And that's good because you are going out of your comfort zone. And that's the period where you grow most.
And Diego, tell us, why have you chosen LA, California, to take your exchange program? And what called your attention the most there?
Yeah, my friend, we know that we have many options. You know, when you're talking about exchanging, starting with countries, you can go to many countries. And inside of the US, you have 50 states and endless cities to choose. But for example, for me, what is one thing that I really value? The weather. You know, I'm a person that I prefer when it's hot and sunny. And the best thing in California, talking about LA specifically, it's always sunny there. Even though it's not hot all the time, but it's sunny most of days, you know. And it really works on my mood. If I wake up and the day is very cloudy, I don't know, I just feel a little depressed. I know that I shouldn't feel like this, but it is what it is, you know?
I feel the same way.
So, man, I don't know, it really affects me. And what can I do? I was choosing a place to go, so it was important to me. The temperatures, they are very, for example, during the winter, it can come to 0.
In LA?
Yes, man. And
Oh
during
my-
summertime, it goes up to 40, like with some regularly.
It's
you know?
really, really hot.
Yeah, it's a desert area, and it only rains in LA like 3 or 4 days a year. You know?
What?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days a year. So
Did you know
was
that,
there
guys?
I was there for around more than 10 months, 11 months, something like this. And it has rained only twice. 15-minute rain, and it's over. you know?
Just a drizzle, maybe.
Yeah, and everybody gets very scared because it's not common. You know, imagine if we have, for example, snow here in São Paulo. Everybody would be very, oh my gosh, what's going on? That's their reaction. It's like, oh my gosh, water is falling from the sky. What is this?
What is
kind of-
this? Water falling
You know,
from the sky?
They're not prepared for this. For example, the balcony of my apartment, there is no way out for the water because
Oh shit.
they do need
They're not
it, you know?
prepared.
They're not prepared. You know, many convertible cars, they are open all the time, so they just, you know, fucked everything and for 15 minutes. But it's
Yeah,
different.
exactly.
And I love the weather there. As I told you, even when it's cold, and I remember getting sunburns during winter time, because even though it was like 5-6 degrees outside, the sun was very hot, and I got sunburns during
My
winter
God,
time. What is
during winter.
crazy.
Food for thought, my friend.
If you go north, like San Francisco, blah, 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 you can have more gray days. The fog is very famous in San Francisco. It covers the Golden Gate every day in the end of the
Yeah.
you know,
quite
but
beautiful.
It doesn't happen in LA. So it's the sun is shining all the time.
Is there anything else that caught your attention there, despite the weather?
Being in California gives you many options. LA, it was in SoCal, in the south of California. And it's a city where 20 minutes from there, you can reach the beach. You know,
Santa
so you can
Monica.
Santa Monica, Venice Beach, Malibu Beach, Huntington, many places. If you want to see the snow, you can go up in the mountains. In 2 hours, you are in Big Bear, for example. You know, it's a very high city. It's 2 hours only, like going up, like blah, blah, blah. And it's a completely different atmosphere. It's a city around a huge lake, you know, and all the top of the mountains, they are covered with, forgot the name. Snow, yeah, covered with snow throughout all the year, you know, and then you can enjoy this like winter sports or whatever you want to do. And LA is also a very, very big city, you know, so it's a metropolis. You can do whatever you want. You have options, all kinds of food. You can go to Hollywood, or you can just stay downtown, or, you know.
And on that topic, is LA everything people think it is? And how was the reception for you? A Brazilian guy studying English?
So the first point, it was different from what I thought. As we were talking in the beginning, you don't know until you are there. So you need to be there to have your own conclusions, and internet can be a tricky place. From one side, I didn't see, for example, before I go there, I couldn't really see they talking about poverty. And it happens everywhere. And it is there. I wasn't expecting for this in some areas, for example. But it's there. For example, if you go to the Walk of Fame, unfortunately, many people live there on the street.
Live on the streets, yeah.
Yeah, and we don't see that on TV. Of course, they shouldn't be there. Not because of touristic, but they should have a house. That's the point. Period.
True.
And I didn't know about it. So it was something that I was really like, really? I wasn't expecting for this. But it's good to see the real situation.
Because you never relate California, America as a whole to poverty, to
right.
homeless.
You're right.
It's true.
And that's important to say that they are a country that has problems, as every country has.
Yeah.
So Sometimes they have different problems from us, but they still have problems. And other things that I didn't know, they are positive. I didn't know things were so close to each other. For example, the beach, Hollywood, downtown LA, it was like
20
in
minutes.
one day. Yeah, if you are a tourist, in one day you can be like in completely different environments. You know, like in the morning and then in the afternoon you are like, imagine, in the morning you are at the beach. Oh man, sun is good. Let's have lunch. Downtown LA. Ah, now I want to go to a bar, have a big margarita. And then you just go to Hollywood and you see like some rock stars walking. Yeah, the only problem there to do many things at the same time is the traffic.
Oh yeah,
Traffic's terrible. Terrible, and the public transportation system is not so good. I have to say this.
in America, yes, it's not so good.
Because there's not a cultural, you know, it's very easy to get a car. That's the point.
Very
easy,
cheap, yeah.
cheap having a car. So everybody has a car.
Yeah,
And
and,
that's-
with
that's a
with our Brazilian driver's license, we can drive there with any problem.
But I have the California. Yeah.
Oh, look at this,
at
my
this.
friends! Look at this baby face.
Yeah, man. I was just 22, man. Time has passed.
Oh man, can you believe I had my Florida's driver's license and I got stolen in Tatuapé.
Oh no, man. That's why I
That's
leave
Subway
this at home. You know, this is gold.
Smart, clever choice. Clever choice. I was stupid. So sad.
Talking about California specifically and LA, originally California was part of Mexico. And then the United States, using their own means,
Wow.
took it. Yeah. Yeah.
Stole it.
Let's say took. or-
Granted.
yeah.
Took it.
And you have many people from different countries. Many people from Mexico, many people from Asia. I had no idea of this.
Yes,
before.
man, Chinese are
there.
everywhere.
Yes, and it's a mix of cultures, you know. So for me, I would say that it was very smooth. You know, it was not a problem.
Well, you could say your experience was a smooth sailing. I'm so sorry for this question, but guys, you want to know that, yes, of course. How much money did you spend to live there around the 11 months?
I used to spend per month kind of $1,500,
Okay.
you know, and in that I'm including living, like housing, English course, transportation, and food.
But guys, supermarket, please. No iFood, no fast food. If you go to supermarkets and you cook your own food, it's the best.
But we could have an episode only talking about fast food in America.
Yeah.
Because
Too many.
if you like it, man, you have endless options.
Being a non-native speaker abroad is never easy. We know that, yes. Which challenges did you have to overcome during your staying there? And what would you say it was like you sailed through? It was a piece of cake.
And the first problem was being nervous as hell.
okay.
You know? And then there are some words or some expressions that you only get to know if you are there. I explain, we are teachers, and I'm not saying that we are not able to do this. But the point is, they change a lot. If you're talking about slangs or expressions,
Slang words, yeah.
they always change very fast, you know? So sometimes everybody will be saying something next month that they are not saying right now. Just like here in Brazil, something happens on TV, on internet, then boom, it's a meme, everybody starts following this. And sometimes you don't know because you're not from there. You don't see their TV shows. You don't follow the same people 100%. You know, of course, you
The
know
Kardashians.
the artists, Justin Bieber, Kardashians, whatever. But it's different. You know, they go to school, they interact, and they have this stuff that it's difficult for us to catch
It's a
up.
culture clash. It's a culture conflict.
And it varies according to cities sometimes. You know, so
Yeah, for sure.
it's impossible for us as teachers living in Brazil being updated all the time with language talking about a whole country, you know?
Yeah.
It's this in Brazil with Portuguese. If you talk to a person that lives in another region of the country, they can say something like, what is this? I don't understand. You know, it's just because it's a very particular thing. You know,
Yeah, America
and
is
in the
huge.
beginning,
Yes.
yeah, man, they have many different accents, just like here in Brazil. We can make this comparison. And in California, their accent is very easy to understand. It's clear to understand, but sometimes they can speak very, very fast.
And what
What I
was
mean,
easy?
all
What
this
was really easy for
experience-
you?
Easy,
Yeah.
man, easy was living in California, going to the beach whenever I wanted, having, I don't know, a nice day with my friends on the
Did you make
rooftop.
some?
Cool.
Did you make some LA friends there?
Yes, I used to have some friends there. There is a lot of time since I came back. But I used to have many friends there. And also, not only American friends, I have to admit that they are not everybody, not every American like to have foreign friends just because there is a group, you know. But for example, I had many foreign friends in general. So my group of friends were based like a salad with like Brazilians, Europeans, South Koreans, a lot, you know, like Mexican.
Incredible.
So it was very good. And the conversations when you are in groups like this, they go to places you never imagined before. Everybody lives in a different reality back there in their countries, you know. But it's a very rich moment, you know. I always say this to my students or to people that ask me about, okay, so what is the best part of living abroad? Talking to different people, you know, because all our lives we are here used to talk to people that they are similar to us, you know. I'm not saying that it's bad, but for example, we don't see things differently if we keep all the time people that are similar to us.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well,
For example,
it works, but it's not so
Almost
good
all
for
your
us.
friends, they are Brazilians.
Yeah.
They live close to your house or they live in your city, you know, so it's a group. It's a specific group. And it's important to see other people's vision, other people's opinion.
Point of views, yeah, of course.
Yeah, man, because then it
Different
changes the
and
way
different
you
English,
see
different
life.
English accents as well to
Yeah,
practice.
talking about English itself, it's very important because as many accents you listen, you prepare your hearing, you know, your listening, your ears.
Yeah.
It's important. Of course, I talk to my students. You don't have to listen only my speaking or only American TV shows. Of course, it can be difficult to listen to, I don't know, Russian people speaking English, but you have to do this because it's like harder and gets you smarter all the time and ready to any kind of situation, you know. And every language has its sounds that they cannot pronounce well or sounds that they overdo, you know. So it's important.
Well, finally, to our fellow friends who are watching and dreaming of, dreaming of going to California, Led Zeppelin song, going to California. What are some steps they should follow to achieve this goal, to have a blast in Califa?
Man, it's not because we work with this. I'm not trying to sell courses to anybody. But you need to have a good level of English. It's not that you need, but for example, if you don't speak any English, is it good if you go there? Yes. But the point is, you are not going to enjoy 100% your time because you are going to have many problems throughout the process. Imagine if you go to, for example, you go to the supermarket and you don't know how to ask where is the water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like basic stuff, or if you are lost on the street and you have no idea where you are. So you need to learn at least a good intermediate just to survive. Of course, if you have better English, better your experience will be. Of course, in the beginning, you will go through some funny stories. Everybody has. But avoid the serious ones. So we are talking about, okay, I didn't know how to say about my meat. I didn't know if I wanted to eat there or at home. So it didn't change my life. It was just like a funny moment that now it's like, oh, yeah, I was so dumb. Plan your money. Play your money. We know that it's expensive. So, okay, I have 1,000 to spend per month. Divide it in weeks and try not to spend everything. Be
Good
aware
tip.
with casinos in Vegas. That's one.
Don't fall into the trap, guys. Don't do it.
Casinos are traps. You know, they always win your money. It doesn't matter if you are there with $10 and then you win 100, you are going to lose it if you don't leave the casino. But we
The
cannot
house-
leave when
The
we
house
are winning.
always wins. The house
Yeah, man.
always wins.
Because we never give up. When you have like, okay, I am with
Brazilians.
$10 and then I made it become 50. Now I will use this 50 to turn out to be 100. And then you lose everything. And then you put more money because you think, I did it once. I
you
can
keep
do that
losing.
again. And then you just go. So if you go to Vegas, separate your money. You say like, okay, I will spend $50. And when you finish this, stop it.
But my friends, we have a game to play right now, and Diego doesn't know that.
I didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming at all.
He didn't see that
I like
coming, my
it.
friends. However, Diego, man, he's like a psychic, you know, like Mandina, you know, because during the conversation, he was talking about it, but he didn't know. The game today is LA Lingo. Yes, my friends, slang
LA
words
lingo.
that are common in LA. Guys, this is gonna be tough for Diego, probably, because it was for me as well when I was researching. Some of these words
Yeah.
you might know because you see on TV, series, movies, but they are, I repeat, LA lingo, LA slang words, LA vocabulary. I'm gonna tell the words to Diego, and Diego has to Diego has to try and find out the meaning, okay? Are you ready?
I'm not so bad. Always, my friend, let's go.
Always
Excited.
born ready. The first one is a piece of cake. Angelino.
Angelino, it's a person that was born in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, correct.
You are very kind with this one, but thanks anyway. Yeah, you need to
You're
start
welcome.
with like.
Yeah, is an inhabitant as a native from LA. Perfect answer, my friend. Next, kickback.
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 I don't know. It sounds like a kickback or keep.
Kickback. Let's have a kickback.
It's like a TBT, Throwback Thursday, not on Thursdays. Remember something?
Yeah, that's a good point. A kickback like, hey, Diego, when you were my student, we had a kickback in my house.
Got it. It's like a little party, a reunion, something like this.
Perfect. It's a little party, exactly.
Little
Yeah.
hangout. Good.
Yeah, they say let's have a kickback when they don't want to say that it's a party. It's a party, but it's not a party.
Okay.
kickback.
It's just something.
It's just some, it's like a get together.
If you say party, it gets too like, it gets to another level.
Too
You know,
serious,
and then
yeah.
people, you didn't invite me to your party. It was not a party. It was just a kickback. Got it. Nice.
Stoked. I was stoked yesterday.
Shocked?
Not exactly. And not stoned, okay, guys? Stoked.
Stoked. No
Like,
clue, my
man.
friend, with this one.
This is very excited. Oh, I was so stoked yesterday. That, I don't know, that movie was, man, wow. Oh, I am
Got
stoked
it.
with Space Jam 2, for example.
Imagine
then-
when you get to see the movie, man.
Jesus. This next one, I cannot believe it. Diego, during the conversation, he was mentioning it. May Gray.
Put that in a sentence. I just want to give some thriller to this.
It's really self-explanatory if you think about May, the month, gray, the weather. It has a connection to the weather. So, in California, we always have the May gray. I cannot go to the beach.
Yeah, man. Is when the weather sucks.
Is exactly what Diego was talking about. So, but there's an explanation, my friend, more profound. The temperature starts rising in May because it's almost summer, but the water is still cool, still chill in the ocean. So, what happens scientifically? There are some cloudy, the gray clouds because of that. Well, the next one, I believe it's gonna be a walk in the park. The industry.
The industry, man. The industry is basically what you see on TV if you are in LA, because all this time, the time they say about the industry, they are talking about movies, music, entertainment in general. So, do you work for the industry? They're not asking if you work producing paper, for example. They want to know if you produce content, if you are an actor, an actress, singer, producer, whatever.
What
The
a
industry.
perfect answer. What a perfect answer. Oh my God.
Yeah, I had
This
a good
one
pick.
is. Oh, thank you. This one is totally Breaking Bad. If you watch, I don't know. Tight.
I can't explain this one. I don't know. I watched this. I was expecting for some like math stuff.
Remember
Tight.
Tuco? Yeah, Tuco. He was. Oh, this is tight. This is so tight.
Ah, tight, yeah.
Man, I don't know how to do this. I want you to give me this for free. You're my teacher. You have to do this.
Of course. This tight is a synonym of awesome. Awesome or super cool. Something super cool. Man, this movie was tight.
I didn't
Because-
remember about this one.
The literal meaning of tight, it's like the opposite of loose. If you are wearing a tight pant, a tight
Something
tight
that's
shirt,
very like
very tight,
yeah.
like this, very very tight.
Mm-hmm.
But as a slang word, super cool, awesome. Bail, roll out. Let's bail. This party
Let's bail.
sucks. Let's bail.
Oh, let's bail. Oh, let's hit the road, right? I'll give you another one.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more.
I'm out of here. I would say like this, just I'm out of here. Yes, sir. Out of here.
Exactly. With your friend, you can say, "Hey man, let's bail," or "Let's roll out. This party sucks." It's like you end something earlier than planned.
Weird party with weird people. I'm not fine. I have had many drinks.
Los Hermanos, my friends, remember? Oh, no, Los Hermanos, no. Legião Urbana, oh my God. Legião Urbana.
Yeah, or
Los Hermanos é nova. The last but not least. Bomb. This is the bomb.
Ah man, that's again. I always say shit. I don't know. Maybe I see Post Malone a lot, and he always say, "Oh, you are the
Yeah.
shit. Don't let nobody tell you shit." Blah blah. So that's bomb, man. That is dope. That is the best. The thing. The shit.
Wow. Congratulations, man. You work.
Man,
work
it
really,
was not
really
so
on this.
good, but I need to update. I always tell people I need to go back to LA, you know. So, you know, I need to update these words. They are getting old in my mind. I need to go there. I have to. I didn't want to be honest, but I need to go there again.
I hope you enjoyed all these tips, all Diego's tips and his stories and everything that every piece of information he gave us. Diego, thank you so much
No,
for
my friend,
participating.
don't be like this. It was very good for me. I always like to talk about it. You know, it was a big pleasure being here, being with you, man. I miss you a lot. You know, we used to
Me
have
too,
a
man.
very
I really
cool relationship when we were having classes, and even after that, more than teacher student, we became true
Friends.
like for real.
Completely.
So it's a pleasure being here with you.
No, thank you so much for sharing all your experiences with us here on Dennis Talk Show. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Yes. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram here
Yes.
at Dennis
By
Talk Show.
Richard.
Yeah. Yes. Diego, again, thanks a bunch. It was such a pleasure for me, and I know everyone loved our talk. Thank you so much.
I loved, my friend. Appreciate it.
Peace out. Thank you.